guys are giving me crap about not hitting the button or hitting the button when that only happened once. Calm down. We just did get this going. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? You all well?
Hello,
good?
everyone.
Yeah, say something there for me, James.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
There we go. All right, good.
Everything good?
Through. Everything's good. There we go. Hello,
Beautiful.
folks. All right, let's get our faces up on here, make sure things are going good. Say something for me, James.
Hello, Rob.
Okay.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday, folks. All right, so for folks who've never heard before, this is the Mayor's Desk from Artel Serene Games, where we sit and answer your mechanics and lore questions about Cyberpunk Red. I've been cleaning that up. Told you I was. I've been working on making things neat. But I'm Rob Barefoot. This is James Hutt, our senior designer, line lead for... Should we say that name?
You know, why don't we wait? When's Gen Con again? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Why don't we wait on that one? Why don't we wait on that one?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it is exactly 2 weeks. So yeah, they will they'll find out in 2 weeks. There's a lot they're gonna find out in 2 weeks.
Like a steel trap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, is there anything else you wish to talk about before we kick this off? And then I'll go through the format.
Big shout out to Kroger. I got here a
not sponsored
cup of macaroni and cheese. This is the reduced kind. It's 48 cents per cup. And thank you to Chocolate Milk. Big thank you to macaroni and cheese and chocolate milk. They're generation-defining classics, and they power artists everywhere.
Since we're talking about things that are fueling us today, for me, it's Bones Coffee. Just good stuff.
Good coffee, classic.
Man, I love it right now. And I'm also right now trying to keep from getting notifications. It always drives me crazy whenever I'm doing a stream. No, please don't do that. It actually annoys the heck out of me when I'm streaming. Do not do that. There we go. All right.
How ethical is that Macaroni and Cheese Corporation, though? Let me see what we talk about here.
James, please don't say anything this slander that could get us sued. Please don't.
It's craft. It's craft. We're fucked.
Don't.
Nope.
I have to take the VOD down. Don't. Everyone will lose every answer we're about to give.
Remember all those commercials where the kids turned into macaroni and cheese in the 90s? The dinosaur, the macaroni and cheese river. It wasn't CGI, that's all I'm saying.
You worry me. So we'll kick this off quick. So right now, if y'all have been around for a bit, we used to have questions taken in on YouTube, then Discord, then in chat, to try and get through the backlog, because we are still going through May from how many questions y'all have asked us. We are right now doing Discord for the first half and the YouTube chat for the second half. We'll be resuming the YouTube post chat soon to take in new questions. Anyway, first one, James. Ready?
Oh.
Jude Bug.
Let's do it.
In the book, it says that if your wounds aren't stabilized, they can worsen. What kind of mechanical penalties should a GM enforce on a player who chooses not to rest until they're at full health? Honestly, I just think that's the penalty table.
No.
No?
It says they can reopen. It doesn't say they can worsen. So when you're doing the natural healing process, you can get back HP equal to your body for every day you spend doing light activity. So you can't, like, for example, get in a firefight. That's not light activity. What happens then is if you do get into a firefight or you do something strenuous during that day, you don't get the healing, and your wounds reopen and somebody has to stabilize you again before you can keep getting HP. I think that's where we're getting misconstrued. Now, your GM can do literally anything they want, up to and including, oh wow, that wound that you haven't gotten stabilized for, remember how you got it 3 days ago? Well, now it's infected. Your GM can do anything to that degree. And actually, that's a really cool story point. I know it's one of those, like, sticky things because it touches a character's physical state. But the GM can tell all kinds of stories with you, and it's part of the improv nature role play, where you have to take it as not like I've been attacked. I am my character and I've been attacked by this dastardly game master. And I know, like, not every GM is the best GM, but some of them want to tell a gritty story about gangrene, for example, and I didn't include a gangrene table. If you guys are like in a cool, like, desert nomad adventure, I think the gangrene story is cool, right? But it's also one of those things where the GM's calling an audible about the rules. So there you go.
It's gonna be one of their favorite answers in the end. GM's call.
The GM's call is great as long as you have a great GM.
Yeah.
If you're not a great GM, well, that just means you need to play more games. You'll get there.
So the next one comes from Mad Magics. By the way, it's our boy Frank. Be looking forward to seeing him at Gen Con.
Ready, Frank?
A player tonight rolled damage for their attack, 5d6, and rolled all sixes first. Damn.
Pretty sexy. Pretty sexy.
Wow. They're using alchemy, and here's a screenshot of the damage. They do have the proof. It's really cool.
Wow.
His question is, does he get to roll 2 crits for this damage type on the table, or just the 1?
Just one.
Just one. And he
just
says,
one, but any GM worth their salt will have a cool story point to that, and probably should have if you didn't. Talk about that opportunity, right? How many times do you see that on a table?
it's bloody crazy. Like, he even says, like, straight up, he says this the way I love when people GM this way. He goes, as a GM, I feel the rule of cool states that yes, he should get 2, but the rules say 1. How would you play that? So yeah.
So in Fossilized Violence, and we will be testing Fossilized Violence, by the way. Testing is funny.
I think we've tested the daylights out of it.
We've tested the daylights out of it. We're letting people play it early. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, we're letting people play it
at
early.
Gen Con. And if you would, and there's a special kind of crit called a super crit in Fossilized Violence, and one of my favorite super crits is pick whatever crit you want. You roll that area. It's called Mastery. You roll the Mastery super crit. You choose the crit. I recommend that for that type of. If you roll into a Yahtzee situation, the Yahtzee of sixes, I might throw that one in next time I play Cyberpunk. So for anybody who's in one of my games that I'm running at Gen Con, if you roll all sixes, we might pull out the Yahtzee crits. Or, to be honest, more than 3 is a tarot crit, and the tarot crit DLC is a great way to have big, sexy crits that only happen once a session to keep them balanced.
Yeah, once a session and once a campaign until that whole deck has gone through, and I don't think I've ever seen a whole deck gone through.
Right, because it's a lot of work, to play all those games. You might have way too much fun by the end of it. You might collapse from fun poisoning.
I actually got a tarot story that happened at the worst possible time. It was the finale fight for Reaping the Reaper, and
that's on who? Was it on the player?
It was on a player, and they got blinded in the Reaping the Reaper fight.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah. Then later, she got her hand disabled. She had a rough time.
She survived?
Yeah, she did.
That's wild.
She really did.
The final Reaping the Reaper fight is really it's not over-tuned, because that's not how balance works in Cyberpunk. It's challenging.
Yeah, she ended up not only surviving, but she also was a fully Gannet character. She was going the route of no cyberware. Not a good combo. You expected it. Yeah. You were talking about, I want to have this, and that's a face of no. Yeah, I didn't think so. You're fine. That's like me when I drink that alcoholic-free bourbon over there. I bought alcohol-free bourbon just to get it. Have you ever been into a M&M? There was a peanut M&M that had no peanut inside. It's exactly what it felt like. It was very strange. It's very weird. And like last week, I was like, you know what?
That's awful.
I need to bring it with me to Gen Con. I will have you try this.
M&M without peanut is wrong.
It's just sad. Like it's a feeling of sadness. You expect burn and there's nothing. And so see. All right, we'll get back on topic. Sorry, guys.
Why don't we get moving? This is why we have the log, because we do this. This is why we have the log.
Yeah, this exactly.
It's not them, it's us.
Yeah. So Daedrin, using the Edgerunners mission kit as a net runner, is it correct that I use a net action to locate a terminal and then one to jack into the net architecture? Meaning that a rank 4 net runner with 3 net actions would start with only 1 available action upon jacking in. Yeah, that's base rules.
Run that by me again, because that just sounds like what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is exactly that.
So
they use scan.
This is the question of, is this right? And the answer is, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is. You use scanner, find the terminal, jack in, next action, and then when you pop into the actual terminal, boom, you only have 1 to go. Yeah, that's it. That base rules. It's a read a book. It's not the read a book answer. It's read the rules section. It's exactly right. You're right on that.
You got it right. Congratulations, you got it right. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Mark Von Lewis, can a Malorian Arms 3516 be used for gun-fu martial arts attacks besides the Wu technique?
So this is.
Hold on, I'm already digging in. Let me go get it.
So it's a one-handed weapon.
Any updates on when we should anticipate the 2077 setting book? No answer. No answer.
Can't do that.
I know. I just saw that in chat. I want to get on that fast.
There's 53 people here. We're not going to do any huge announcements to 53 people.
Yeah, and when it comes to 2077,
the coolest people, but still.
I have said multiple times, when it's ready, I will announce it. Until then, I'm mum's the word. This one is in total secret until it's there. I know. I just got to keep saying it. I got to keep reminding them. Let's see here. Where are you? I'm going to the index in the back. The hustles. That reminds me of something I need to work on.
Nobody's putting random characters and showing up at this live stream. If you're here, you know that.
Huh?
If they're here, they know that.
Yeah, they are. I don't know. Just Where the hell is it? Okay, I tried to go to the back of the book to find it. I'm just going to go here. Here it is. I think it's a VHP anyway.
It's a very heavy pistol, I think.
Yeah.
Which means, don't you need a 2 ROF weapon?
You need a 2 ROF. That's right. I do believe it's
No.
Let's see.
Let me pull up my draft again.
Yep, go ahead and you pull up your draft, and I'll pull up the exact details of the weapon. There you are. Yeah, it's just it's an EQ very heavy pistol. 5d6 damage. There we go. That's the page number I needed. Thank you, sidebars. Now, the reason why we're digging in deep into this is because anytime... Yeah, you do need the rate of fire, too, for Wu technique. I'm just trying to remember like the exact details, but James is pulling it.
It requires Wu Power of 2? I'm not entirely sure. I think it might have required a handedness and a damage type.
Well, it's... For Wu technique, it's rate of fire 2 weapon. Because we wanted to make mediums better. But he's asking about the other, I think, which is the combat loading?
Oh, no, you can combat load any weapon, including... You can combat load shotguns, you can combat load rocket launchers, you can... That's not... Combat load is any ranged weapon. It says specifically there.
Okay, so in that case...
Wu technique is the only one that has specific things. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Okay, I want to pop it open to make double sure, but...
Watch John Wick, he can combat reload a assault rifle in Ballerina. If you haven't seen it, Ballerina is really good. I was going in, I was like, is it gonna be all right?
I need to see it still. Don't talk about it.
In universe.
Was it more in universe than that terrible prequel?
Dude, it's all John Wick and it's all good. Okay.
I hated the prequel.
You gotta stack up. You gotta stack up like what is good, what are good action movies and what are great action movies. If it's not Police Story, you know, John Wick 1, The Matrix, then is it good at least? And then after that is everything that's not good.
Yeah,
the good ones, they get the thumbs up, and I don't distinguish between a thumb up and a thumb up higher.
Speaking of Police Story, I finally saw the trailer for Naked Gun with Liam Neeson. I'm gonna go see that. I'm gonna go see that. You do know the release date is August 1st,
I meant
right?
the raid. I meant the
Oh,
raid.
the raid.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
When you said
I did not
Police
mean
Squad,
Police
I
Story.
stopped. I was like, hold up.
Police Story is a Jackie Chan movie, which is also good, but it's a kung fu
Oh,
movie.
I was thinking Police Squad.
No, you brought up the Naked Gun, and I'm like,
Yeah, my brain was in a totally different universe.
Didn't I?
All right, so from JNPR-7734, Panzerfaust question. Does Interchrome restore SP to things like subdermal armor and prevent it from being ablated if the DV is 15 and you have below 0 humanity? Ooh, this is no.
No, that's a no. SP reduction is not part of the destroy condition.
It's because they're looking at this portion. Until your next turn, your Cyberware is immune to being damaged, disabled, or render inoperable. So they're looking to be at 0. You already heard it. Yeah, that's an attempt at an exploit, but that exploit don't work.
I will say, it's an exploit, but if you're doing this and you have all of that stuff, you might want the trauma response nanomatrix, which literally does that.
Yeah, there is a.
I thought that effect was cool, and I made that effect a different thing.
I actually have a boss that I'm working on, calling her Phase, and she packs 3 of those. But the final one is upgraded to where it also injects her with speed heal, but then it directly charges her and her mother the cost of all 3 to be repaired properly at that point and extra.
Cool. That would be cool. I like that. I like the idea of because you can set different triggers on a body weight auto injector.
That's exactly it. It's a cross between a body weight auto injector and trauma matrix.
You could just set the trigger on a auto injector to be when I use the nanomatrix, I also get this thing.
Yep.
There's no reason you even need to tech upgrade that.
But it's the reason why is because it's plot point. The reason why.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Of course. I just think it's cool.
She's just rigged up that way, and it's not really her choice.
Probably run that at character creation even.
Yeah, I think I came up with that back at PAX, and I wrote her down, and I was gonna use her for a story, and I need to finish it up.
Did I babloop?
Huh?
Did I babloop? Was that your babloop?
No, you're fine. You seem fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're good.
I heard a bloop noise in my ear.
No, you're good. So, this is a big one. Give me a second to work through it. Okay, this is a long question. So, from Blackthorn PC, at the beginning of Interface Red 4, it lists that a martial arts special move resolution is either rolled against a target's evasion score or a listed DV in the martial arts move description. Borgfist does not have a listed DV, nor does it include an evasion score. Instead, it reads out, use your action to make a martial arts special move resolution against a target in melee range with a lower body than you. If you succeed, you may make a single martial arts Panzerfaust attack. That's
versus their, if you're making it against a target, you're making it against that target's X.
Yeah, so they're
that's
evading.
Against their dodge. That's against their evade. Essentially, this is a huge punch. So to quote Patrick Starr, "Here comes the giant fist," and that is literally what this is. So they get an additional chance to dodge it. That's why it's so big.
Yeah, we keep having this pop up, and actually someone in chat just mentioned it. We keep having the question pop up with it. If we do not have a listed DV, it is against the evasion, unless it states otherwise.
Yep.
Anyway, so moving on.
That brings up a point. When as a designer, I keep hearing people have the same problem. I go, ooh, maybe we could do that better. And we'll look into that.
So
in terms of making sure we restate more.
Devil Apple asks.
Some people come at me like, why do you keep repeating yourself in descriptions? It's because people want to go to the area where the thing is and read exactly what they need to do. They don't want to have to remember something from earlier in that chapter. Yeah.
That's why more and more nowadays I'm just referring straight to the book instead of using VTTs. Because as I learned in Gen Con 2023, me only ever using automation hurt my GMing. So getting stuff committed to memory made me faster.
VTTs are great, and what they're really great at doing is letting you play with people that you couldn't play with otherwise.
Bingo.
What they're not so great at doing is the core experience of all games.
Yeah, because
In-person play, physical in-person play. I don't get people to play Warhammer on VTTs because that game is, from what I see, entirely about being there with your friends and playing in person.
yeah, like I remember back whenever D&D Beyond came out, after everybody was done bashing it, saying it would never work, the topic came up of, is this hurting people's play? Is this making people worse GMs and DMs? And
I know.
yeah, the only thing I see is if you got the information and you can use it fast, use it.
Okay, so in terms of fossilized violence talk, because we love talking about fossilized violence during during a show about Cyberpunk. Fossilized violence is entirely designed for physical in-person play. It uses your hands. It uses dinosaur toys. It is entirely like, what if I made a game about physical play and facial stuff? And anyway, so there's a selling point for that.
Yeah, like there's a reason why behind me I have a straight up game table, and also Shadowscar Starter Set. I was going through that. Let's see here. So this is, oh nope, we're not answering this one because you decided to answer it in the chat itself. Nope, that question gets skipped.
I did.
Yeah, you
This
did.
is really old.
Yeah, May 30th
I
right
haven't done
now.
that for a while.
I know.
I haven't done that for a while.
I was getting so mad at you for doing it. I was getting so pissed. Like, you're cutting into our show. Arcedia asks,
Cutting into our
hi,
show, yeah.
hi guys, thanks for doing these mayor's desks. This is a question about cyberware enhancement. Ooh, a 2077 question. This is one we can answer because this has been released. The electroshock enhancement for the monowire puts it in an interesting space as the only non-lethal weapon that, as he's aware, Raw can inflict critical injuries by doing damage. Their question is, does the damage inflicted by a critical injury by a monowire count as damage inflicted by the weapon for the purposes of electroshock enhancement? Or...
So it's bonus damage.
Yeah.
So bonus means in addition.
Well, no, there's
in
a
addition.
there's a comma here. Or would a critical injury put the target into mortally wounded?
Bonus damage is in addition to the. Give me a moment.
Some mac and cheese and milk kicking in the ass right now.
That was a bad combo.
I saw that. I saw where that hit, man.
So anyway, since it's bonus damage, it's damage that is bonus added onto the previous thing that's doing the bonus damage. So the bonus damage there is non-lethal.
Okay. Yeah, so that
means it does everything else that non-lethal damage does. But it still causes that crit injury. I'm trying not to die.
You still got 30 minutes to go.
I know. Let's keep moving.
Yep.
I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna get some
water. All right, guys. So since we are closing in on the second half of the stream, now is the time you can ask questions in chat, and I'll be going through it with a log. To make sure I see it, all caps first, question, : then your question. Because it's hard to track sometimes in the chat, but yeah. Also, forgive me if I look a little shaggy. It's been busy leading up to Gen Con. It's been really, really busy.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Perfect timing. I just finished sipping my coffee. Ready for the next?
Oh, yeah.
Dinosaurio. Can I upgrade a cyber weapon so it can take 2 cyberware enhancements? Yeah, pretty sure.
I just read LoJack saying, we've gotten to the James on his phone during the company summit part of the queue. And yes, that's where we got, I think.
Don't call the man out, man. Don't call the man out. That was a thing, by the way. I was across the table glaring at him. I was literally just like, really? Really? Yeah.
I did that because you were there.
Yeah, Dinosaurio, I'll answer it for you. Yes, that is a tech upgrade. That is a very, very straightforward tech upgrade. We recommend people do that with weapons all the time, and that is base score of the system. So yeah, you can upgrade cyber weapons just the same.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yep, we've heard that before.
All right. So Judebug has a Kudo stance interaction with poison and biotoxin arrows. So how does it interact? Does it, 1, increase the poison damage by 2d6, 2, not interact with those ammunition types at all, or their personal favorite, make the arrow itself do 2d6 damage because it technically does 0d6 on hit, then allows the poison biotoxin to proc as normal. So what's the interaction between Kyoto's stance and the poison biotoxin arrows? What do you need from me? Quit dying.
I'm trying. That was a bad choice.
Yeah, you're struggling now. Thank you all for your questions, by the way. I see them coming in. Oh yeah, but yeah, I have been working on stuff back here. If y'all only knew the kind of crap I'm having to put together, y'all will like the finished result.
So it's a replacement effect. So it is not designed to work directly with it. Kyoto is so the type of arrow that a biotoxin arrow is not a I rubbed a arrowhead on a poison dart frog style situation. This is it has a needle with an injector at the tip style one, so it's different basically. So you can Kyoto stance it if you want, but it's not going to do anything other than what it does. Direct damage is pretty good. You don't need 2d6 additional direct damage.
Alright, straightforward. Next one, surrealistic. When making an ambush attack with karate bone-breaking strike against the head, used to trigger Krav Maga's close contact brawling attack, is this brawling attack dodgeable as part of the ambush?
Okay. So an ambush is they don't see you. So that means they can't react because they don't see you. And you're using bone-breaking strike?
Yeah, they're making an ambush attack with bone-breaking strike used to trigger Krav Maga's close contact brawling attack.
Okay, so the first thing you do is you have to hit with bone breaking strike, and if they can't see you, you're right, they can't dodge bone breaking strike. But that next attack, they can.
I think they're pretty
totally
aware
dodge.
after getting punched in the head.
They're pretty aware after getting punched in the head.
Yeah. If you hit someone once,
So after that, proceed as normal.
Mm-hmm. Don't think video game AI here. You walk up to someone and smack them in the back of the head. I've seen people who have been sucker punched. If they don't get knocked out immediately, we're talking real life here, turn around and at least blind swing. So yeah,
That's gross.
What, the sucker punching or the thing you just sipped?
Sucker punch in real life. I've seen it one time. It's
terrible. Like long story short, I used to work security at nightclubs. I have seen people walk up behind people trying to drunk away and do one of those long arm windmill bams right to the back and side of the head, and they would go straight down. But when they whiff, it's even funnier when the dumbass falls on their face because they're drunk and they spin. It's very funny. They put all into those punches. All right. It was back in the days where I got pepper sprayed. Peregrine.
Don't attack people in real life. That's not
please
cool.
don't do that. Please don't do that. Emotion's one thing. Actual action will cause a whole different can of worms that causes only problems. Peregrine.
Yeah.
Okay, so this might be more of a
lot of people
question.
die that way.
Oh yeah,
So,
people don't understand that. They really, really don't. Like, people think brass
can
knuckles
really
ain't that
kill
bad. I've
somebody.
seen what brass knuckles can do to somebody. It'll kill somebody in a single punch. Anyway, let's get off this topic.
Even those freaking
Let's get off this
pocket
topipic.
slapper.
We won't go into this one further.
Okay,
Next question. Peregrine, not a mechanics question. What was the original idea behind the time of the red? To help clarify the question, was it? This is more of a Mike question here. Was it intended to be a commentary on climate change, nuclear proliferation, or something else?
So this is a Mike question, and I guarantee you would love to be asked this because it's not part of the
normal
10
lexicon of
questions
what people
gets
think.
asked the most.
Yeah.
What was it like to work with to get initially contacted by CDPR? He's told that story a million times. I will leave it to him. What I've been told a little bit is that he kind of did a full arc with 2020, and it's interesting to play with the concept of what happens after that full arc occurs. And it's, I mean, in what I've written in Red, it's about it's a time of resiliency, and important part is it's not an apocalypse. It's not Mad Max. It's a misreading of what it is. It's a lot more like, what if we would have actually gone through that full story arc? I don't think humanity would die. I think everything would just keep going on, but it would do so in a very interesting way. Again, having the game come out during the pandemic, it was very, we were feeling bits of it and pieces of it. But, I mean, if you look outside, everything's still moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the time of the Red in a way.
Yeah. The amount of folks who believe that the time of the Red is post-apocalyptic, even I initially thought it was that way until I realized I was really wrong, because I did the one
you have
thing.
To read the whole lore chapter.
You do, and I skipped through it, and I also ignored something. I ignored what was on the cover. That being Night City.
Right.
It doesn't look like Mad Max. And that's the biggest thing. People who think it's post-apocalyptic need to really stop and take a close look at it. But yeah, talking with Mike, I can see how he would really want to go in deep on that question, because me and him had I won't go into this much because I don't want to tirade. Over the weekend, me and him had a call, and we were talking about the why of the rabbits and the actual message behind that. And I kind of sat there, since I'm plugged in all the time, being the media dude, it gave me a whole new appreciation for it, and gave me ideas. Either way. So yeah, that's a good Mike question. We're going to go back to a mechanics question. Jeff DeWitt. Hello, he's the GM. Hello, the GM. How you doing, Sparky? And he's thinking of allowing a tech upgrade that removes the armor penalty from one of the stats, dexterity, reflex, or movement. And they're wondering about balancing. So
not broken.
Yeah.
Totally okay.
I've done that many a time myself. I actually, a thing I like doing...
Move, it's totally not broken. Ref is probably not broken, depending on if this is like a heavy armor jack, or I wouldn't do this on Metal Gear. I would lessen the penalties, but I wouldn't remove penalties on Metal Gear for ref, because then you get into dodgy situation. But then again, you gotta consider Dex might actually be the most powerful remove on there, considering you can already bullet dodge in heavy armor if you have a cyberware for it.
No,
so
when it comes to me, like in my games, I always have a NPC techie. If people start, wondering how can I get on this armor stuff, I recommend them. They basically just turn their armor into EQ armor and just have the penalties. I don't remove the penalties, I have them.
I think if you're only selecting one stat, maybe removing penalties is okay, but I wouldn't do it on heavy armor. It's all a matter of balance, and frankly, this is not the worst thing that your tech could ask for. I've heard some stuff, man. This is fine.
Let's see here. So the next one, Helio. Edgerunners mission kit question. We'll see if this one can be answered. Okay, good. Yeah, this is just a mechanic clarification. Good. For games combining the Edgerunners mission kit and core red rules, would you rule the Cyberware malfunction quick hack makes Cyberwares count as dismembered or broken? Page 16 says broken. Page 38 says dismembered.
Okay. That's weird. So I would go with this is Cyberware malfunction.
Yeah, quick hack.
Malfunction is not a sever.
Yeah, so I was thinking too. It sounds more like a broken.
It sounds more like broken.
I'm getting the exact wording here. 1 second. You
mean,
guys asking each questions, I have to go book diving.
No. It's broken. It's not sever. If you break a core component, it might be treated as dismembered. But
you ready for the definition?
Sure, give it to me.
The Netrunner's player selects a piece of cyberware on the target other than a neuroport or a neuroport cyberdeck port to become inoperable for 60 seconds. Cyber limbs are rendered inoperable, act as if they have the
Inoperable.
broken arm or broken leg critical injury.
Okay.
It says there, broken arm or broken leg critical injury.
How do we get dismembered in here?
Yeah, well, it says go back to page 13. All right, so let's take a look. Broken arm. The broken arm cannot be used. You may drop any items in that arm's hand immediately. Broken leg, -4. Yeah, where did dismembered come in there?
Okay. I don't know. Might be a...
I think I know what. It was from the simplification of the critical injuries. I already know what happened. All right, so...
The what?
Well, when it comes to the mission kit, we simplified a lot of stuff because it was people's intro to the game. Then they layer over Cyberpunk Red's rules to get the detailed stuff. I think I see... Let's see.
All right, so use the red stuff.
On the last page, it's dismembered. Hold up. Yeah, y'all want exact answers? This is how you get exact answers. What? On the last page, it says... Quick reference on page 38 says dismembered.
Oh, always go to full rules. Don't go to
always
quick
go
reference.
to full rules. That might be the whole thing right there.
The quick reference is...
I know it is. It's the cards. It's the cards. I bet you it's the cards. Let's see. Is it the cards? Yeah, it's the reference sheet. Let's see here.
Okay. All right, we know then. Go to the full reference.
Okay, this is genuinely what it straight up says. Cyber arms rendered inoperable act as their meat counterparts do when they have been dismembered, but still hang loosely. So it's
okay.
That's
yeah,
a
that's
typo.
Wrong. So that's a typo.
That's a typo.
We'll
fix that.
Let's let me write that down.
Yeah, it's a typo.
Let me take a note on this.
Yeah, always go to full rules. Thank y'all for catching that attention. But yeah, that
easy reference.
Like, unless you make a cyber arm explode, the cyber arm's still there, and it still will power back on. Hello, my German friends. How are you? How you doing, Russia? Get the next question lined up while you're doing that.
I got it.
Dude, I'm scrolling back up. There's such a log. All right, so that one's answered.
Hopefully some of y'all will be at Gen Con. I know some of you are helping us at Gen Con, so thank you very much. We're really looking forward to seeing y'all.
One thing I do need to say about the lead up to Gen Con, and I'm going to say this each time. Remember that we're not doing any seminars this year. All announcements are going to be online, and they're all pretty big ones. Like, we have had things we're working on in secret, which is why we've been so busy. We're finally going to talk about some of those secret projects. That's all I'm telling you until Gen Con. Next question is from Hakuin. Hey, they wrote the Night Market Index, which is still one of the best resources we got. They did so well with that. We've been updating the daylights out of that after we got it from them. So the question is regarding complementary checks and how often they should be used. Comp checks don't have a strict one-action rule. So if it makes sense that they would take less than 3 seconds, can be used... Okay, let me reread that. So if it makes sense...
Complementary skill check bonuses do not stack. It states they do not stack, so you can do it as much as you like, but you still only get a +1.
Well, no, what they're asking is, with that in mind, would it make sense to always have comp checks impacting whatever action you're doing?
Well, in combat, it takes 3 seconds to do a complementary skill check. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth using an action to get a +1 to another action in a, firefight? And the answer might be yes, if the enemy is really, really far away and you have a sniper and somebody wants to spot for them. But most of the time, Action Economy will say it's not worth that additional 3 seconds, just point and shoot. It's a tactical concern. Outside of combat, yeah, people should help people out. People should find a way to complement your skill check. as much as they can. I mean, it's good gameplay, and I think it makes a lot of the skills in the game valuable. If you're not playing with a lot of complementary skill checks, a lot of the like research skills aren't as good as they are if you do make heavy use of them. I don't think it's a. I think it should be a very common role at the table. But you know, sometimes players get into like I need to find a complementary skill check for something, and that is kind of bonus hunting gameplay. And as a GM, we have every right to say there's not enough time to roll a complementary skill check on this, or that doesn't make sense. Let's move on. But when it makes sense, heck yeah, that's what it's for.
All right, so we have 13 minutes left. We went a little long in the Discord to try and catch up with the backlog, but now we're starting the chat questions. First one, Mysterious Aya. Question. When doing net running stealth and coming up to 2 black eyes in the same levels, do the rules for slide still apply, or do you simply roll stealth for both black eyes?
So, when you're net running, when you're doing stealth net, so this is from the most recent DLC, Going Quiet.
I still need to fully read it. This is gonna be.
And the answer is you're not sliding away from stuff that hasn't seen you yet. In order for sliding is sliding away. It's not sliding through. If you make your stealth checks on those black ice, well, one, you're not sliding away. If you, it's the slide. Do the stealth check. If you fail the stealth check, then you can talk about sliding. You can't really slide away from something that hasn't seen you yet in the rules. So that question is like an impossibility, kind of. So when you're doing stealth, you're making those stealth rolls, and if you maintain stealth, you don't have anything to slide away from. If you don't maintain stealth, then you're in combat. Well, then stealth is broken. And then probably, yeah, go ahead and try to slide.
Friedrich Lemons wants to ask.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Friedrich Lemons wants to ask, could a Tai Chi user wielding a cuttlefish lure from 10 meters away, could they actually attack somebody with it? The rules text for Captain Cuttlefish says it's a light melee weapon.
Lure is a reaction, though.
No, it's the rules text for it. It's. I'll tell you what, Frederick. If you could you reword that question? It's a little difficult to read that one.
No. I get what they're saying. Can they use the longer distance melee weapons to extend the range of their martial arts sort of effects? And
AJ.
Let's put Captain Cuttlefish aside for the moment, because it's silly. If you have like a long staff, yeah, just think of it as a long staff, and then go, wow, I don't want to have bow staffs not be cool for martial artists, so it makes sense that Captain Cuttlefish would also be okay with that. A mono wire could still be used that way as well.
I was thinking it's just a silly mono wire, but it's a 2045 mono wire.
And it's within reach, I believe, Lou, right?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Brain is not braining today. This one.
Martial arts. I'll pull it up.
Okay. Excuse me. I've already got the next question lined up, and it's a good one, but I think I already know the answer to it. So we can make that one quick. Because we got a lot of chat questions. I don't want to linger too long.
Yeah, somebody within melee range of you. So if you have a melee weapon with a longer melee range, you've extended your melee range.
On to the next.
what?
Jessiper. Night City Couch. Night City Sofa, Night City Couch. It's one of those two. Sorry, I cannot brain.
It's so fun.
I cannot brain. Question. During a blackout, Night City weather, or any power loss event, even for places with a generator, what happens to a netrunner in a net architecture when power is lost?
Everyone is safely jacked out. Unless you can, like, move faster than a power surge, you're not going to... I think everybody's just safely jacked out.
See, for me, I'd say unsafely. I'm cruel like that.
Unsafely is weird because the power that's powering all of the traps is also being turned off at the same time for me. So it doesn't seem like you would lose connection before the traps would lose connection. It seems like everything happens at the same time.
True, I'm just trying to get ahead of people who are... No, the reason why is narratively I'm trying to get ahead of people who are trying to use loopholes to never have an unsafe jackout when they're in deep shit.
Turn off the... Turn it
on and turn it off again. Yeah.
You have access to the server's plug, and all you want to do is unplug the server. I don't think that's an exploit.
It really is, though, a very big movie trope. Cut the power, cut the power. They're dying in there. It is a movie trope.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, sure.
I'd allow it, actually. Thinking about that, yeah, I would allow it.
They kind of fought into the space to get to the access to that thing, so they should be able to use the object. The object itself isn't an exploit. But... Never mind. We're both in agreement anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have to tirade on that one. So Gabriel Paquico, hopefully I'm saying that right. Question.
All talking is tirading.
Hey, no, I gotta say this, Gabriel. Don't. You little jerk. When I said put question, then that, they literally put question, word, :
Okay, yeah, but move on. What are we doing? What's the question?
Get ready, it's suppressive fire question. So, looking at suppressive fire, it seems to say that it's making you use your... Interesting. It seems to say that it's making you use your move to get into cover, but it says nothing about staying in cover. It's that question. We've had this one answered before.
Yeah, go to the errata.
Go to the errata. Yeah.
It's in the errata.
Yeah, that is an already answered question. I had a feeling the moment I saw a suppressive fire.
I just don't want to reiterate suppressive fire again.
Yeah, we've done it so many times. It's about as bad as bullet dodging at this point. Anthony Rizzi, what is the intent with going quiet for challenging stealth netrunners, stacking many copies of Eraser, short of dwellers stacking many copies of Sia? Thank you for reposting it, by the way, Rizzi.
So, what's the intent? What do you mean?
What's the intent with going quiet for challenging stealth netrunners, stacking many copies of Eraser? Yeah, how can they counter it? How can they counter it, I think?
How can they counter it?
Yeah, so if people are trying to like power game and just stack a bunch of Erasers, how can they stop that without doing a bunch of Sias?
It's not power gaming. No power gaming.
But it's... How can they challenge people?
A bunch of copies of like a $20 program, and they're using it to do stealth net running. And in the process, they had to dedicate slots in their deck.
That's right. They fucked themselves.
And they're really low on slots.
Yeah, they've screwed themselves.
Well, no, they've specialized.
But if they get caught by someone clever.
Well, similarly, there's every reason to specialize if that's what you're doing. I'd say, aside from just have someone with several copies of Sia in their deck, which is also just what you would do in the real world. I mean, it only takes one person in the net architecture to see a netrunner for an enemy netrunner to raise an alarm, right? I see no reason we would just hire Jim, give him an $1,000 cyber deck, fill it full of Sia, and then have him hang out in the back of the net architecture with admin privileges on, and just have him look out like a security guard. And then have somebody else with the combat deck logged in too.
Yeah,
I
this
mean, you're Arasaka. You have a bunch of money. Sysadmins are very good at detecting stealth net running. Most net architectures you're going to be running into don't have sysadmins. If you're in a situation where you're trying to counter someone, I mean, it's fine as long as you're using the big story tools to do stuff like foreshadow and not have like the first time a netrunner thinks about building's net architecture when they roll Pathfinder. That should not be the first time they think about the net architecture. Ideally, they should be doing their research beforehand, and then they'd easily learn, oh, this place has sysadmins on payroll. This is probably going to be a harder experience. In that way, how do we get around those sysadmins? Can we pretend to be one of them? There's plenty of fun to be had here that isn't just directly using the direct mechanical, because there's always going to be a direct mechanical way to counteract them. The best way is to provide interesting gameplay around their choices versus trying to negate their choices. Which I'm pretty sure you weren't trying to do. You were just trying to get my vibe on it.
Yeah, trying to get ahead of what people may try to do to, How do you challenge something with something new?
There is no getting behind. It's not a race.
Let me finish my phrasing. You're wanting to at least know how to challenge your players when they start to do that, if they see the chance to specialize. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Next one is from... what? You went,
No, go ahead.
Okay. Next one is for Jericho Saxes. Question about the translation chip from Going Quiet. The text says, translated into a pre-chosen language. So once you buy the chip, the language it translates to is fixed.
Yes, and you'll be buying it from the store, and it will say Spanish to English. It won't say Spanish to ... It won't say Spanish to input your favorite. These chips are built for a specific thing. And it's not hard to find the one you want.
It's like finding skill chips. They're everywhere.
Right. It's also why stealing a translation chip from someone else might not be as relevant to you. Because it might be Korean to Japanese, and you don't know Japanese.
Rex has hit me with a question here that I cannot pronounce this proper. I already know. From Universaurus Rex, question: is it intentional that the translation for Triticum vulgaris megasuvius, meaning large, sweet, common wheat, rhymes?
I don't remember who wrote that. That was a 2020 era, or maybe even 2013 era. That was
I've got
OG
no
lore.
idea.
I think it's cool. I don't know.
Why
that
do I
might
think
be an
that's
S Mike.
Hope Reborn?
That might be Mike looking around and going, Frank, the guy who wrote that might be dead.
No, why do I think that's Hope Reborn? Hold on.
You think it's definitely not Hope Reborn. That's been the name of the wheat that produces Chew for a very, very long time.
Okay, never mind. That's just my brain being
it shows
insomnia
up in
brain.
Hope Reborn because we love to, support old lore.
It's not important. It's just my insomnia brain kicking in. Let's see. Is there any more? Because we're right here at the tail end of it too. Oh, okay. From Prepper Jack. This is a good question. What threats does the radar/sonar cyberware alert the player to? Missiles, sniper bullets, grenades getting dropped from above? Can it be used to allow evasion from hidden opponents?
Okay, so if they've shown up on your sonar, they aren't hidden. If they are not showing up on your sonar, then they're hidden. I do not think that radar sonar goes fast enough to allow you to dodge a sniper bullet.
No, it is not.
That gets into a level of tech that we aren't in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's some I keep thinking, what's like what's the tech level that's above us but below altered carbon?
I don't know. I'm
I
a
don't. I
bad
don't
resource
know.
for it too.
I think maybe.
You would have to have the
I think
capability.
Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell is a tech level higher, and then Alter Carbon is a tech level higher than
Well,
that.
let
And
me state
then
it this way: it would just be insanely impossible because you would have to have the actual ability to have a piece of cyberware that can detect a bullet coming at you, give you the warning. You would then have to have a fast enough brain to recognize that happening, compute the fact you need to move, and then be fast enough to dodge the bullet before it hits you.
right,
It's
right. So
just insanely too
I'll raise
fast.
you one better than that, or I could hand you a beer because that's what Drunken Master does. So
True,
some
but
hop.
the difference between Drunken Master and
Some-
the Sonar Radar Cyberware is anyone can get the Sonar Radar Cyberware at character creation.
Anybody can get Drunken Master at character creation.
You wise ass. But no, yeah, that's
There's
a little bit
fundamentally no
too.
difference.
That kind of bullet tracking is a little bit beyond I think what we got right now. It's that's some Neo stuff.
Yeah, Matrix is a little bit. We do some Matrix stuff, but we don't do like the wacky Matrix stuff.
Yeah, let's see here. I think we're about here at the tail end of it. I'm just seeing if there's any last minute questions.
What a great movie! What a great movie!
I've not seen it in years. I need to rewatch it. I watched the.
Oh,
Never mind. I won't go into a tirade. I know I will go into a tirade.
and a
Let's
Matrix
see.
tirade.
No, Matrix 4 tirade. Yeah. Is the Dragoon FBC in red? Yes, it is. There's the painting of it right behind me. Let's see. One last question here, just to pop up. From Dagnir. If cyberware malfunction is meant to work like microwaver, then the limb should be dismembered after all. What, is that a question or a statement? Or just trying to...
It's a statement.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to correct us.
So, it's meant to act like microwaver. I think it might be trying to act like microwaver. The problem here is that it's written, and it's also a jumpstart kit. So maybe in the future we'll be able to have a final statement on this. But for now, I would default to the non-play guide version.
All right, last question. Then we're going to be wrapping it up here from Null. Question: how would you rule using smoke grenades to force bullet dodging enemies to move somewhere suboptimal with a successful evasion check?
How would I rule what? That just sounds like a strategy. So I'm throwing a smoke grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Give me it one more time.
How would you rule using smoke grenades to force bullet dodging enemies to move somewhere suboptimal with a successful evasion check? So, what Null's wanting to do is when he throws it, the enemies try to dodge the smoke, but they wind up in a place they don't want to be.
But they can dodge wherever they want.
Yeah, it's a GM call slash,
No,
NPC thing.
it's a player call. It's a player call.
No,
Now,
they're doing it to NPCs.
Yes, and thus the NPCs themselves are characters, even if they weren't. The NPC is the one who chooses. Whoever's in control of that NPC. You get what I'm.
I get you.
You
I
can't
get you.
force them to dodge in the direction you want. You can only force them to dodge. However, I guess if the only option is that they're able if you're in a confined enough space, that if you were to throw a thing there, you would want them to dodge in both the places they could go to, or maybe there's only one place for them to go and that's the one you want, then that's you tactically using a smoke grenade. That's not a ruling. It's a cool strategy though.
Right, Joe.
I don't think it needs a GM call. So, anyway.
Yeah. I think we're both right now running on empty, so I think it's time for us to go ahead and call it here. It has been...
All right.
It has been 2 weeks since our last one. We're going to do our best to make sure we have one more at least before Gen Con. It is a very intense period, so do forgive us for looking a little tired. We've been getting prepared. There's a lot to do. I want to at least make sure folks are aware. Right now, the Christmas and July sale is going on over on Drive-Thru, Roll20, all that. Yes, Cyberpunk's in there, Witcher's in there, Shadowscar's in there. Go take a peek. You'll find the deals. As I said, for any announcements, you're going to be waiting until Gen Con. We've already done Going Quiet, so the DLC for this month is already out. Otherwise, y'all are pretty much good and set. If you have any questions, come over to the Discord at Artosaurian Games. You know the drill. At discord.gg/Artosaurian Games. Ask your questions there, and we'll get to them when we're able to. Otherwise, y'all, be safe. James, anything you want to say, and then we take it away?
Yeah, real quick. I might have some fun stuff coming up at jameshutgames.com. That's where you can get on my newsletter, and you can learn about all the other things I'm doing at my own company. So that's jameshutgames.com, JamesHuttgames.com. Go and check it out. I might have some... I like to do a Gen Con release over there, just with some info and maybe some fun stuff. So I check it out. This is the hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yep. All right, y'all. You all be safe. We'll see you soon, and y'all already know where you'll find me. Everywhere. I'm always watching you. Everything you say, even on Reddit. Yes, I am scaring them, because I'm seeing some unhinged questions in the Reddits. In the subreddit lately for Cyberpunk Red. It's so funny. It's so funny. What are you doing? You gonna go look? All right, y'all.
Almost.
You all be safe.
Almost.
Be safe, everybody. Be safe. We'll see y'all next time.
Have a lovely weekend, everybody.
Take care, y'all.
Take care.